Hey, Papa Ron, you snuck up on me, man. I was about to sleep, man. I was almost nodding off. Get to my age, I nod off a lot.
Well, I'm here. I'm here.
You sure are. It's nice having you here, too. But what you got up your sleeve today?
Well,
Whatever
we
it is,
kind
I
of,
don't know anything about.
yeah, it's stuff I don't know anything about either. But we follow this stuff, folks, but we don't live and die by our, prices and all that. But here's the coin market cap. I think it's relatively current. We're back up to about 9,300, 9,400 almost.
Yeah.
And we follow this, and so if you look at the charts here, it looks like everything's kind of on the uptrend, and everything seems to follow what Bitcoin does because they're all kind of interrelated somewhat, I guess. They're all hinged on that Bitcoin price. Not all of them, but so we got thinking about that today, and
Oh, good.
came across this article, and there's 2 points we want to make in this video. So even though we're going to make the first one, folks, follow it through to the second one because I think you'll find it interesting. The first one on this article, it's called, I guess you want to see that, don't you?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Bitcoin will explode sooner than you think. So definitely the title caught my eye, and I didn't know it was just a clickbait thing or what, but I opened up and read it. It's a short article, but I think this paragraph right here, how can we prove that Bitcoin is improving? So I'd like to just focus on that a minute, Rod. Maybe even read those couple sentences.
Yeah, it's not long.
Like all forecasts, any predictions made are merely speculative. However, there are signs to give potential Bitcoin investors lots of hope.
Hope?
Firstly, it's exponential moving average, or EMA, and this is where that starts to lose me. We're just not chart guys,
Hey, when you said forecast, I was lost.
Yeah. Folks, if we want something
My
to do with a
forecast
chart,
ain't too long.
that's right. We just call our good buddy a node investor, and he fills
That's
us
right.
in. We don't need to learn it. We just make a phone call, and he says, all right, here's what it's saying, Rod.
You dummies.
Yeah, so
He don't say that. That's what I'm thinking he's thinking.
it doesn't give us any motivation to learn because we have him at our beck and call almost.
Yeah, he's such a good guy.
Yeah, he's got he's always on Twitter, and he's just updating people all the time. He's worth looking at, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's stronger than it's been for 2 months.
Wow.
Of course, we know we've been in this big slump. Secondly, it's showing a super trend, a fairly reliable signal that suggests people should be buying into Bitcoin. Again, this has not happened for around 2 months. So I'm thinking super trend, and that must be a term that the chart guys use, and these people that day trade in and out and stuff with that. So did a little investigating, Rod, on super trend.
Okay,
and,
let's investigate that.
Maybe before I show that chart, let me go over to the explanation out of this article, and this is out of Investor blog, and it's about this super trend. Now, this isn't applied directly to crypto in this article, but there's plenty of articles too, and YouTube.
It does apply, yeah. The other articles do apply this super trend because it's talking about up and down trends.
But this definition is very simple. It's the second paragraph. Super trend is a very simple indicator. The buy and sell signal changes as soon as the indicator flips over the closing price. When the super trend closes below the price, a buy signal is generated. And when the super trend closes above the price, a sell indicator is generated. In Investor, this is shown with green and red arrows. And here's that chart he was talking about. This is the chart that was in his article, folks.
Yeah.
And this Colpal, I guess, is a company, and of course he's relating this to their stock. So he kind of talks about that when it drops below the price right at the closing, that it indicates, signals a buying trend. And then when it goes above, right at the end, above the price, it signals a selling trend. So they kind of use that example on this chart. And we even went over the images of SUPERTREND. And folks, if you want to spend a little time to figure this out, that's great. But he's saying in that article that for the last couple months, this SUPERTREND has not been an indicator for buying on Bitcoin charts. And now it just kind of recently went below the price. Yeah. And so it's an indicating that it's at a buying trend right now. Which it's kind of interesting. So we were kind of correlating that, Rod and I, and we got trying to figure it out and got talking about a video that I had seen today, and I think it's relatively short. It's by JSnip4.
One of our buds.
Yeah, we've had him on our channel before, and but he was actually doing a quick video on a video that Bix Weir had done on this Mt. Gox court. And I don't know how many people know about it, but it was a huge exchange in Japan. Matter of fact, at one point, they had like 70% of all Bitcoin trades went through this Mt. Gox exchange. Big company. Yeah. Well, things started to fall apart, and evidently, I think they claimed that 100,000 Bitcoins were stolen. And one thing led to another, and the thing collapsed. Well, it went to court. All the people that had money invested into Bitcoin, you know, they filed claims on Mt. Gox exchange and this and that. Well, anyway, just recently, it's been in court now, and they hired a trustee. Now, I'm paraphrasing what JSnip4 went over, okay? And you can go over here to his channel and watch the video. It's good to watch. I didn't want to watch Bix Weir's, I think. You'll get a lot more detail with Bix Weir, but I think it was a 20 or 28 minute video, and I said, I'd rather get the quick synopsis right now. So he talks about how this executor was assigned from the court to liquidate a portion of the Bitcoins that the court is holding, not only to satisfy the creditors, but also satisfy those people that have money invested into their Bitcoin that was being held on Mt. Gox exchange.
Yeah.
So I forgot the term already. The guy that the court appointed to liquidate, they gave him so many Bitcoins to liquidate. The trustee. And it was at his discretion. Well, as Bix Weir went through all this, something clicked in JSnip4, and he started correlating the dates that they were liquidating these Bitcoins to the drops in Bitcoin. And yeah, so the first
a little manipulative, done it.
Well, and they tie in a lot of these loose ends. They tie in, Bix Weir and JSnip both tied in. At one point, 6,000 coins were put on the market. The exact same day, Charlie Lee gets on there and makes a big quote how, I mean, it almost looks like they were trying to bring the market down. So this last liquidation was for 18,000 Bitcoins. Now, some people probably claim, well, that can't move a market as big as Bitcoin is. I don't know. But Bix Weir, I think, and I haven't watched the video, he probably puts on a pretty convincing case if you go over and watch that. So all these downtrends we've had this last 30 days maybe have all been well, we're in a downtrend. I want to say maybe it's longer than that. But anyway, they're all related to these. When the trustee floods the market with 6,000 Bitcoin or 8,000 Bitcoin, we definitely had a decrease in the market on Bitcoin price, which everything else follows suit.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. You might want to go over and watch that if you haven't. I kind of believe that was part of the problem, and we're in that problem maybe now. But anyway, the trustee has sold most of these Bitcoins. He only has a small fraction left, which means he's probably out of, as Jay Snip puts it, or was it Bix Weir? Bix Weir did. He's out of ammunition to continue this trend of knocking the price down. And they correlate it to bring the price down so the big money men can get in. They don't want to come in when the price is up.
It sure sounds it to me, so they can get it, and then they get it so it's down, so when they buy it, it's going to go up. I mean, eventually it's going to go up, and we all know it's going to go up.
Well, and that's what this article we just read. If the super trend that hasn't been there the last 2 months is now indicating we're in a buy mode, and the guy's out of ammunition that's been flooding Bitcoin at certain times, and then we're on that other thing that article talked about, maybe it is turning around. And if you go to the coin market cap, I guess I could have come here and saw those dates maybe, but it's a good little video to watch there, Rod. Let's go back to the last 3 months. But see all these dips here, Rod. See how these dips come down so fast?
Yep.
That's kind of when these sell-offs were happening from this trustee.
Oh.
And of course, now you see right at the end here, it's got a little.
Tail up.
Come on, baby, grab hold.
Well, it was up to 12,000. You know, almost 12,000, and dropped down to 9. That's $3,000. Whoa!
And you can see here just today, it's already come up. Well, wasn't it just barely below 9,000 earlier today, or right at 9?
Yeah,
it's up to about 9,400. So maybe this uptrend is starting. Anyway, we just kind of found this stuff interesting as Rod and I got talking about it and thought, well, yeah, let's get on and kind of share this in a little video. Let you guys see what you think and study out that super trend. It's still kind of above my head as far as understanding it completely. But
I'm an old man. I got an excuse.
Well, Rod and I have never dealt. I don't think you have, Rod. I've never dealt in the stock market. I've always
want to
control my own financial destiny. I've always done my own thing with my money, and so anyway, let us know what you think in the comments section.
Yeah, it's fun doing this stuff, learning new stuff, even though we don't know what we learned. I love it. Hey, Ron, thanks for joining us here today.
Yeah. Happy, I like it.
Me too. And folks, we like your thumbs up and your comments, and please continue, and God bless.